the heart of a warrior. What does it mean to be one? Determination, aggressiveness, overcoming. Teams depend on these hungry souls. It takes more than just strength. It takes more than just practice. There are so many warriors out there. So we return to crown a new champion. So squad up.
Looking for two, here comes Mythic around the corner. Great time out of Fresh, he doesn't finish the kill. They've got killed towards the point. 5 more seconds is all that...
It's match day.
the driver's seat of the series, but if Monolithic wants to make that change, now is a good time to start. Out of Knights Templar, a free 40 seconds, now another 15. They're gonna get basically a full 60 on P4.
Get out, I work it out. And I'll be right now. Oh, Lord! Oh, feed him!
7 League, Season 3 thus far. God damn it, I'm hyped. K7, you just got a treat here.
And here we are. Welcome back, everybody, to Season 6 here at K7 League. Obviously, we got a lot of teams, a lot of Call of Duty to be played, but first off, let's thank today's sponsor, Grilla, as well as saying hello. My name is Ed, and I'm joined by the wonderful Kamaka. Kamaka, I know that you have a lot of things to talk about regarding these new teams, so hit me with it.
Well, yeah, I guess you could say that. These are teams that haven't played here in quite some time. Not necessarily Vanguard Gaming, but Artic Gaming. These guys haven't played here since like 2020, but they're like OGs of the league, and we're glad to have them back. So with brand new faces here as well. I can't say that I'm super familiar with really anybody on their team except for Geo. I've seen Geo quite a few times, but a lot of these, we got new teams and new players, new season. It's all brand new. It's all brand new education.
Yeah, I mean, it's all a lot of new in the board here, but let's talk about what we are going to be seeing here. Here at the headquarters, let's switch it over to our maps and modes real quick to see what we're actually going to be looking at today. Obviously, Hydro, Hotel, Embassy, and Fortress. So a lot of H's, and then we got, hopefully, Fortress, which we don't actually get to see a lot very often nowadays. We did see a lot in Season 5, but talk me through it. You were kind of excited to see Hydro here.
Yeah, it's a map that I saw quite a lot, and I'm sure a lot of you saw quite a lot if you were watching Major number 4. Hydro is starting to become more and more of a prominent map for Hardpoint, probably because it breaks down a lot of the monotony of just having your 3-lane map, your setup, and then repeat. You can sort of throw a wrench into a lot of that. You got a lot of extra routes. It can be quite difficult to hold down, but it very, very much rewards rotations at the same time. So it's a little bit of a breath of fresh air in some regards, but also a little bit of an opportunity for some teams that don't necessarily like the 3-lane map gameplay to have something different.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, honestly, I'm quite excited to see Hydro here, but I'm also excited to see it on such a beautiful map screen here presented by Get Good Technologies. So thank you again to another one of our sponsors. But as we do talk about sponsors, let's also talk about rosters. I really want to see what these guys can be bringing to the table here for the side of Artic. Now, Artic here, they are quite a team. We haven't actually seen them gear up too much so far in Season 6, but I'm excited to see what they can do today. Of course, what are your thoughts here on these players, as we don't really know too much about Artic Gaming?
Yeah, I can't say that I recognize a whole lot of these people aside from Geo. I do believe I've casted Geo before, and he was a pretty solid sub, if this is the Geo I'm thinking of. But yeah, this is new faces, new season, and I mean, this is literally their first game of the whole group so far. By the way, in case you guys don't know how we're doing it this season, we are doing 1 game per group. I mean, sorry, 1 game per team per group. So you'll face everybody once, and whoever's top out of that will be moving on. And so far, Kingsman has won a game, but Big Body Gang is not. So whoever wins this game between these two teams will be sitting pretty tied for first with Kingsman. GG.
Yeah, and let's talk a little bit more about those standings. So let's go over and look at the standing page brought to us by Obscure Tech, the official partner of the K7 League. If you guys need a nice, beautiful gaming PC, obviously you can't play Call of Duty without something. So head on over to Obscure Tech. But let's talk about the tech that we've seen across the board here. Obviously, we casted a little bit so far today, and I want to really just highlight how these standings are, as it seems that a lot of teams are taking an early lead, especially the side of Voven Esports, as well as Final Form, it looks like. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure you were casting that game between Voven and Orlando Outlaws, and I was watching it. And so yeah, we've definitely seen quite some blowouts so far this season. We've definitely got some front runners. Voven looking solid as always with Katsy, mainstay of the league. He's starting to become one of the old men of the league. We've got our storylines developing. Final Form, Nola Flight already in top form like I typically see them in whenever they're playing with any of their teams. And now we're looking to see who's going to be that for this one as well, as we take a look at our Vanguard Gaming roster.
Yeah, let's take a peek at the Vanguards here. And honestly, I'm quite excited to see what Vanguard can do. I actually remember watching Zappa quite a bit, and Zappa was zapping their way through, taking out players back in the last time I casted them. So, you know, Vanguard, I'm hoping can bring the heat as we want them to. But of course, it's two teams that we haven't seen play together very much. Both Artic Gaming and Vanguard aren't exactly, fully fledged rosters in the past few years here. They're rather new to the scene.
Yeah, one thing I do have to say about Vanguard as an org holistically is whenever I see them have a team, they're rarely bad. So yeah, they definitely know how to pick some good teams, put some rosters together. They won't just throw in anybody, and so I'm sure that based on their repertoire as an org, that these guys that they're putting forth are pretty solid, and we should expect a good game.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm pretty excited to also talk about Wheezy here. As you said, at Vanguard, as an org, likes to pick up players. Wheezy used to play on Clemson in Season 5 of K7 League. So, having them brought onto this team as well as Zappa might be able to hopefully pick up some wins here, as Vanguard Gaming, as an org in general, hasn't really placed themselves too high in the leaderboard. So maybe picking up players like Wheezy, players like Zappa, maybe even players like Scad are going to be able to really bring the pace here. But of course, that is what we have for the rosters, and we know what the maps are. So let's head back to the headquarters here, and let's talk about our expectations here, Kamaka. So what exactly can we expect from these guys? Because we saw them a little bit scattered throughout last season's roster. What are your predictions, as we are going to be opening up on that map of Hydro?
Well, what I do know is that on Hydroelectric, you need a lot of good communication and team play. This is a map where you can definitely do a great job of blocking spawns. So I'm looking at their ARs to do that for them. I'm also looking at their subs to make some nice Shotzzy-esque flanks through the water routes, as well as just running straight on in, being those entry fraggers. So this map where you need a little bit of everything. But if I had to say one thing that you got to focus on in particular is going to be those rotations, because I mean, yeah, your subs can do good stuff if they can get close enough, but a lot of times if you don't have anything backing it up, it's hard for them to get close. It's hard for them to hit those water routes, because there is the ability for those ARs to watch them on those long angles and prevent them from even getting in any of those good positions, or at least quickly. So I'm really looking at the rotational prowess of both these teams to be a difference maker.
Yeah, and these rotations are going to count, so let's rotate our way into Hydro itself as the players are ready and the game is now loading in. So hopefully we're going to be able to just get this on the board and get these ready to go. But with that being said, I'm pretty excited. No matter what's going to happen, it's going to be a great game here. And obviously, love these B-roll shots presented by our main sponsor of the day, Gorilla.
Yes, nice shots coming at you by Gorilla, ladies and gentlemen, and I do believe we are just about now going to be heading into the beautiful, the nice, and aquatic Zakwa Hydroelectric. And so, the start to this is going to be pretty dang important. Both teams, regardless of the side they spawn on, are going to be having different goals in mind. Obviously, we see Vanguard here going to be spawning on the least favorite side for going to those P2 spawns. They're going to have a little bit harder of a time in this early little bit, so they can do one of two things here. They can either just go straight on in, try and brute force their opponents and get some time, as well as try and, if they win well enough, go straight on into the next objective spawns, or they can take a little bit of a different route, the water route, and try and take the spawns and then do the opposite, and do it in the opposite order, excuse me.
Yeah, and let's hope that those rotations, as you kind of hit up, can be seen here. But right away, people are taking the plunge and hopefully getting some picks already right off the bat. We're seeing the first blood of the series today getting taken down, but lots of picks across the board. These guys just need to keep up that kind of heat, but Ghost Nami right now is already trying to build a streak here.
And it does appear that Vanguard are going to go for that less direct route like I was talking about, and it's going to have some pretty good effects for them. Already got 10 seconds on the board, instantaneous spawn flip, and they've only taken one death along the way. So yeah, very good start for Vanguard Gaming.
Yeah, clean start. They're on that point, and let's see if Kuji can... Nope, he cannot. Tried to get on point, and it's just not going to be working. But luckily, we do see Geo here popping off quite a bit. I did see a little bit of a hype building around Artic, as some of these players have been messing around in other leagues. So I want to see what Artic can really do here.
Well, they're having a little bit of a rough start. But, I mean, obviously there is still some chance. Kuji going to be getting his second kill of the game. Garwood going to get his first kill of the game there. And just like that, the entire setup is going to be broken. Except for Ghost Nami, who gets a very, very fortuitous spawn in the back there. Going to be looking to clamp that ladder. Maybe seeing if anyone's going to go for the spawn flip, which is exactly what they do. Making sure that they can reposition themselves. But Ghost Nami knows that's exactly what's happening. Going to be making sure that no one's going to be doing that. Now they know exactly where he is. Hitting him through the door. Just a little bit of a nice prediction shot there from him. Zer still here. Just going to try and soak up as much time as is humanly possible. Bait them into the objective. Great stun to enable Nami to get that kill, by the way. And just like that, Vanguard Gaming are still going to be getting the majority of this time.
Yeah, they have managed to take back the point, which is not very common. You don't often see after a point gets taken back to re-hit that. I think that back cap spawn that you saw really led into them quite well there from Ghost. But of course, we are seeing Wheezy as well, just kind of being the lurker. He's died the most amount on this team, but the reason for that is this guy is constantly moving right at them, buying his teammates time. So KD aside, this guy knows how to play that objective quite well.
Yeah, great little comms there. I could tell from the minimap there from Artic. They knew that their teammate of Geo spawned out, so they instantly looked behind him, but unfortunately, Vanguard are coming at them from quite a plethora of angles. Nami's still alive and kicking 5 kills in a row. If he can stay alive any bit longer, he might be able to get his first bit of streaks, but not going to be pressed any further, as Artic Gaming going to get full team wiped. Really unfortunate. This is not a hill that you typically look to get a whole lot of time off of, but if you can, then that is just money in the bank for Vanguard Gaming.
Yeah, and money in the bank here. Hopefully it's going to be good enough. I love what we're seeing here from the side of Vanguard, but Artic needs to pick up that pace. Unfortunately, every time they get in their ones, they're just getting taken down. Luckily, Garwig is going to be able to get that trade and hopefully find some more damage on the board. But Artic, they have to pick up the pace right now because the only one going positive is Zir, and that just changed with one spray down. It's Vanguard Gaming, and they seem to be absolutely happy about guarding these sites.
I mean, yeah, here we are with another great rotation coming out from Vanguard Gaming. They beat them to P2, they beat them to P3 every single rotation. Like I said, it's what I was looking for the team that was going to be winning this, and Vanguard Gaming are winning it, and they've been doing exactly what I've been saying this whole time. Geo is getting a little bit up close and personal. I love the little water out he's taking there, trying to supplement the push from Zur, but yeah, he just doesn't have the teammates to come along with him, so he's just going to take a little bit of an elongated route, try and hit this guy off the long AR angle, which is a good idea, but again, there's just no one here to follow it up. The Vanguard ARs are keeping them at a pretty solid distance, and the rest of their teammates are just following it up quite nicely, making sure that their opponents are always at a manpower disadvantage.
Yeah, always at that manpower, but I gotta see how these guys are gonna power through to try to take this back because they are down 50% of the score of Vanguard Gaming. So hopefully we can see what Artic Gaming can really do to maybe put a little freeze on the point gathering that we're seeing from Vanguard. But it's just every time they get into the crosshair of these guys on the side of VG, they are saying GG and they're getting taken down every single time. So hopefully we can see what Zir's doing with that first blood. But there it is, QG Zir. They've managed to take back this point, and they're gonna have to keep this going on generator, or they're not going to be able to generate enough points to actually win this hard point.
I like that one. And so, yeah, things are starting to get a little bit high intensity here as we're about to be at the end of the first rotation. Let's take a little bit of a listen in with Artic Gaming, seeing what they're doing to come back in this game.
Need help? Water, I need help.
Dead. Yeah, I'm putting
Water on me still.
Like,
I'm doing a trophy. Hey, front on me. Oh my god, I couldn't even get my trophy in.
Dead.
Another one side around.
Small in front.
I'm spawning in the back.
On you, get knighted. Oh my god.
Bump this. Running up front.
I turned on reload, like back.
This guy's literally challenging me old, and he pissed on me. He's on Turban. He might go P3.
I'm back P2 right now.
I'm spawning like.
Oh my god. Right side pipes, absolute.
I couldn't even tell you, bro. I'm so deep.
Dead. I got the kid old.
You got the kid old?
Yo, watch water.
In water.
Top plat, one shot, top plat,
Yo,
one
you
shot.
should look at just play for that kid.
I am.
There's one top plat.
Yo, if you're right on top.
Yo, I don't know where he's at though.
One's close.
Kid's close.
Absolute,
Yeah.
bro. Give him help.
Wait, that's you, bro. I just.
Oh, there's one in the back. There's one back
one
P2 as well.
shot on time.
Tweaked,
Spawn
bro.
out, we spawn out.
Oh, this map is so bad.
Yes, I think this is their best map too.
Yeah, I don't know why we
Why would they
played
pick this as their first map?
I got hated.
All right, Edu, I'm sure you literally heard exactly what I heard, and I have some mixed feelings about those comps, bro, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah.
Some of those things that they were saying, I mean, yeah, there is something to be said about keeping spirits high and not taking it too overly seriously, but I just got pissed on is not a proper call out in my personal opinion. I don't know what kind of information that gives you.
I mean, I feel like that's a wrong kind of hydration here on Hydro, but let's talk a little bit about how these guys are going to be able to hit these shots again. I do think that they're a little bit all over the place. So those comms definitely, I think, might be an issue in why we're seeing Vanguard take this double point lead so far. So honestly, I think that what they got to do is they got to take a deep breath. They got to focus up on what they're saying to each other, because if you're not saying the right things to each other, then you're not going to be playing the right game for today. Now, Obviously, though, Vanguard Gaming, you know, we did see someone get knifed there in that little brief listen-in party. So I'm definitely sensing that Vanguard Gaming is in a league of their own. We got Zappa here with a huge streak built up early on, and I think they can just keep that going.
Yeah, like I said, rarely have I ever seen Vanguard Gaming pick up a bad team, and that's even though I don't know a whole lot about these players, I could just assume that they're pretty good just because of the org that they're associated with, and that's something that you always love to see, is having an org that's, you know, that's known by their good teams that they pick up. Either way, we see Vanguard Gaming once again being on the rotation, being annoying. Scad taken out too. Kuji now knows exactly where he is, but they're getting collapsed on by both sides. Kuji, sole survivor up here. Got almost a 0.5 KD. Now exactly a 0.5 KD as he gets evaporated by Ghost Nami. 4 people up on this objective for Vanguard Gaming, and it's looking like this could be the end of map number 1.
Yeah, I mean, we got about 20 seconds left here before it's just GG to the no re on game 1, but Scad nearly 180ing around on Geo. Luckily, Zappa's going to be there to help out his teammate. It's just consistency is king here. We got Zappa 23-9. I pointed him out early on because I know this guy is a fragger, absolutely able to just secure this game. And I'm looking at Artic Gaming. I think someone on their team disconnected, actually, because I'm only seeing 3 players there. So maybe down a player might be just another guaranteed GG here, and I'm not quite sure what happened there to, I believe, Garwig.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened either, but that does not change the fact that Vanguard Gaming was well and truly on the path to 100-point clubbing them regardless. They completely out-rotated their opponents. They outclassed them every single step of the way in this map number 1. And so, yeah, most very well-deserved win I've seen all season from Vanguard Gaming.
Oh, it wasn't Garwig. It was Zier. Zier apparently got a little bit disappeared there, but obviously amazing stats regardless from Vanguard Gaming because, you know, it was a 4v4 up until the very last second there. So a little bit disappointing to say the least there coming out from Artic Gaming. I think their comms were a little bit lackluster, and I'm hoping that they're going to be able to do a better job on the map of Hotel coming up next.
Yeah, I'm really hoping so. A lot of the stuff I heard was a lot like, I don't know where he is. I don't know where he is. And so, yeah, that's literally a lack of information. And the worst part of that is while you're saying, I don't know, someone might know, and they might be saying it, but it might not be heard because all you can hear is, I don't know, I don't know. And so definitely something that's got to be mopped up, in my opinion, for Artic Gaming. There's something to be said about keeping spirits high. Like, if you get killed, laugh it off. Like that's okay sometimes, but yeah, there's a time and a place for that, and it's definitely not when you're getting 100-point clubbed. And so I'm just hoping for a bounce back coming into this hotel.
Yeah, let's definitely hope so when we are going to be looking forward to what's coming up next, obviously. So let's take a look back at maps and modes brought to us by Get Good Technologies. S&D, Hotel, something new. This is where the bomb's going to get planted, or we're going to see these players get planted 6 feet in the dirt. So I got to know, what are your thoughts? We've seen a lot of Hotel, especially in Season 5. It was picked more than any other map. And still, it's the second most picked map here at Season 6 as well. So what are your thoughts, Kamaka?
Well, there are a couple of different things you can do on this map. Like I said, you could go for a sniper play, which recently I viewed as being quite risky. It's high risk, high reward being a sniper play on the defensive side because of some things that the attacking team likes to do, and that's bypass the middle of the map, get a sub right up close and personal on your bottom bed, or just go straight up the stairs into bed, get great control over like that. There's definitely a lot you can do on the attacking side of this map. You can either do that, you can go straight towards B, because typically people go for A, they try to set up for that. What I'm saying here is that there's a lot of mind games, a lot of set pieces we can see on this map, and I'm guessing based on what I saw from Vanguard that they're probably going to be pulling stuff like that out, and I just can't wait to see what they start this game off with.
Absolutely. I'm hoping for a big push back here, but let's head back into the headquarters and talk a little bit about, you know, the overall, how much is on the line? Because if we're seeing comms like that, you know, let's set the stage. This is a B tier tournament here, a lot on the line. Money is flowing here from K7, thanks to our sponsors. But with that being said, it is a lot on the line. $1,000 is, of course, Season 6 prize. So it's the group stages. You cannot put yourself down because, yes, there are going to be quite a few teams moving on to qualify into those playoffs. However, if you do not qualify when there are 12 slots available, what does that say about your team? It doesn't say a whole lot of good things.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're going to be losing this game right here, regardless of the team that does it, it's not looking too good in terms of your overall placement in the group. You've got 3 games that you're going to be playing. Kingsman GG, they won their game pretty convincingly, 3-0. So you know you're going to have at least one more good team to face up against next. And so, yeah, if you lose this game, then you're basically going to be hoping that you're guaranteed 1 point more or less. But the other one, not quite so much. And so you're looking at a 3rd place finish if you don't win this one, by and large.
Yeah, and another thing that I'm a little concerned about has to be the fact that we were watching a lot of other games going on this week. This is week 1, season 6, and this is where you're going to be seeing people either swing heavy out the door or absolutely just face the floor. They aren't looking too clean, and I saw Voven Esports 3-0 sweep Orlando. So when that kind of team is currently in the same room as you, all right, there's an elephant in the room and you don't have a big enough gun to deal with it. That's the big problem that I'm seeing here from the side of Artic. But let's, of course, jump in straight to Hotel and make sure that we check this team out as they are checking out on this map. Now, I got to ask you, Kamaka, what kind of guns do we want to be seeing here? You said a little bit about the snipers, but do we think that we're actually going to be seeing that be pulled out here?
It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me either way, to be totally honest with you. But regardless of if it is or isn't, I'm looking very heavily at the subs on this map. Because like I said, if you're going for A, a good sub can bypass the angle in the middle of the map, get right stuck in underneath, or just go right up the stairs, kill an AR up there, get a lot of great control over the map for your team. And so, yeah, if you're a good sub, you can get in those positions, then that gives you a lot of easy control over A on the attack.
Yeah, easy control. Hopefully that is what we're going to be seeing.
Does it.
But what I'm looking forward to is just these early first bloods. Zier somehow managed to finally connect the shots enough, but this is, of course, S&D. So I need to see how these, or actually, no, this is going to be, control. This is good. Oh, God, I'm so tired.
Yeah. All good. For those of you guys that were wondering, this is 100% search and destroy, and Zur did indeed just go and kill those 2 players in the exact way I just said what we gotta look out for. Zur gonna get another one down to Wissy. What a night and day performance from the last map. And so, looking for the ace, not quite gonna get it, but Artic Gaming off the blocks nice and hot in this S&D.
Yeah, nice and hot there. Now, I also want to point out a little bit, we just saw how Zier took early control in, and that kind of aggression definitely helps you in this kind of game mode. This is where you're going to want to just take out those players early, make sure that you have as many life advantages as possible. So even though they were on that defense, they proved that sometimes the best defense is a good offense. So let's see if they can do that again, but this time they're attacking. So how is that offense going to square against Vanguard Gaming here?
Vanguard Gaming on the offense, I mean, I'm hoping that's better than their defense because straight up they did not get a single kill there. Obviously, there's potential that they could do the exact same thing Artic Gaming did, but usually teams, if they go about doing stuff like that, then they know exactly how to counter their own strats. That seems to be exactly what Artic Gaming is doing. They know that there's going to be a guy running up the stairs, Ghost doing exactly what Zier just did. Garwig waiting patiently at the door for as soon as he takes the chow, and so they're content to just sit here and wait for Vanguard to try and get their first blood.
Yeah, honestly, I'm hoping that we can see something, but talk about first blood, it's actually going to go over to Artic so far as Scad gets gunned down, and hopefully we can see more Zier and Kuji just wrapping themselves around, trying to get themselves a little bit of damage out, but no, it's actually going to be Ghost Nami, the person who's always the ghost in the shell behind you, is going to get another one to level the playing field, 3 versus 3 here. Well, let's see what Ghost can do in this backline, playing almost exactly how Zier played it in the last round.
Yep, making his way around the back, about to get 1 lined up in the middle of the map, and that's all on Geo now. 1v2 with 25 seconds remaining. Looking, seeing 1 up top, knows generally where both of them are, knows one's on the stairs and one's in the middle of the map, hoping that Zappa will make himself as apparent as possible for an easy kill onto him, hoping that he'll check for just a little bit too long, but he's just intel gathering there for his teammate. Got full sight on the bomb, full sight on the cross. Easy one there for Vanguard Gaming with the 2v1.
Yeah, pretty easy round, but hopefully we're going to see how they can do again, because I think their defense is what is real lackluster. They know how to be aggressive. Actually, no, their offense. Sorry about that. Their offense is a little bit lackluster here because they know how to be aggressive on defense, but they don't know how to avoid the huge flanks by Zier. So I think that's what's really going to be on the line right now.
I know what you're trying to say. And so both teams have been, what you're trying to say is both teams have been doing pretty dang good on their offensive sides, but no one's really been able to do much up against that stair rush. We saw from Ghost Nami, it was pretty dang effective. We saw it from Zir, and it was effective. And so what they're going to do is try and play a little bit more with that in mind. Ghost Nami trying to watch, but again, Zir going with the bypass, running straight on up, but this time they're ready for it, and they do make him the first blood this time.
Yeah, taking Zir out, kind of predicting what he's going to be doing. That stair rush, unfortunately, getting read like a book, and hopefully you can see what they're going to do now as it's Geo and QG. So really hold their own against 3 players. Zappa, as we saw earlier on in the hard point, absolutely racking up the KD. But look at Geo, beautiful flank of the flanks, and actually manages to grab one. So instead of going around the stairs, just hikes himself up there. But it's still a 2v2. Anybody's round here as Artic Gaming is in a decent position. But can they spot the player with the bomb? There it is, Wheezy. Oh.
And there you have it. Vanguard Gaming do get their second attempt on defense successful. Huge one there from Wheezy. Catches Kuji, not looking at the right spot at the right time. So worried about that middle of the map when they have to worry about the most direct route instead. Wheezy just coming down, flying down from the heavens, and bestowing upon his team a double kill for the win.
Well, taking that double kill down, Wheezy absolutely happy about what they're doing on that 3 streak at that. This player might just be him, if you know what I mean. But let's see what they can do as Vanguard is now back on the attack. I think whoever's on defense seems to be just having a good advantage here for the map of Hotel with how they've been aggressively playing that stairwell.
Yep, no aggression on the stairwell this time from what it looks like. Artic Gaming going to be fully forfeiting that in favor of holding the middle of the map. Garwig, this is exactly what I was expecting for them to do to make sure that they just didn't get rushed. Even if you do try to go for the dolphin dive for the bypass, then you're going to be in line of sight of that guy the whole time. He's going to be able to shoot you. So I like this adjustment coming out from Artic.
Yeah, well, but look at that scad taking out him just from the side. I think they might be able to do it again, but you know, I gotta point something out. It's S&D, and we haven't seen a bomb get planted at all yet, and this is round 4. So hopefully we can see something different, but these guys are just taking their time going for a 4v4 scrim match, to be honest with you. But let's see this. Zappa anchoring the A site. You got Wheezy trying to hold down B, but that bomb not exactly in their possession with 30 seconds on the clock. They're gonna have to try their best.
Oh, number 6 of Wheezy going down. That's huge. And now just like that, he's going to get surrounded and pounded on the bomb site. No prayer for a win in that one. And just like that, Artic Gaming back even with their opponents and looking pretty good now on the defense themselves. It really just took both teams one round to figure out how they're going to hold on the defense. Both teams getting great intel from each other so far, Edu.
Yeah, lots of information here. And of course, I like that they're able to read well from it. I want to know what they can do, keeping it going, and hopefully finding these picks around. You know, I know that we can't listen to comms in S&D, but I can tell that maybe Artic Gaming here is going to be a little bit more consistent with their comms, because what I'm seeing is that they're playing around each other, and I think giving each other the information, as you said, a lot cleaner.
Yep, we are indeed at a first grade reading level here, at least as far as the plays do go. And so instead, Zir, you see, he was looking for that play, and oh, he is going to get punished, trying to go force back and naded out as well. That's great comms, as you were talking about from Vanguard Gaming, and it leads to a kill onto Zir. Now, completely stalled out, but the good news is that Geo is giving them a godsend. No one is over on B, sitting in the kitchen, knows that the coast is clear, not a single player in sight, calling for the bomb to rotate. Kuji just going to make a little bit of noise to make sure that they don't go for this rotation just yet, buying them as much time to plant and reposition as possible, and Artic Gaming at the first plant, and a great call to make.
Wow, amazing call there. We got the bomb now planted, and honestly, what I got to be seeing here is how they're going to hold it. Garwig opening it up by taking out Nami. We got Scat on the side in the alley, but instead it's Garwig still being here to force these guys into Geo, leaving only one Scad as the last player alive. Spots one on the ground, but let's see what they could do.
Okay.
Garwig just... Okay.
I mean, it works, bro. It works.
Hey, sometimes the best flashbang is your own teammate's body. I don't understand it, but it worked. So... What? Why?
I mean, to be fair, Garwig was not the one that got the kill there, but either way, whatever gets the job done, man. I'm sure he put a couple of as many bullets into his opponent as he did his teammate there, but either way, Artic Gaming, great call for the rotation. I love that so much. You got to see what you can get away with against your opponents sometimes, especially when you're going for this you know, gridlock set up at A in the middle of the map. Your opponents are so focused on not giving you stair control that they're not focused on giving you control over kitchen instead. And that's a great call from Artic Gaming. I loved it, dude.
You know, honestly, I've been watching a lot of K7 here, and as a caster, I barely even knew how much damage these guys can do to their own teammates because it's been so rare to see a team kill. But that was just a fast death. But with that being said, let's talk a little bit about what Vanguard Gaming has to do, as they're now in a deficit for the first time in this series. So let's see this. Goes Nami. Will not win that pick. Wow. And it's just going to be up to Zappa. Beautiful trigger discipline to not get spotted there.
Yeah, he's gonna have to hope that he catches this guy on the defuse because he did plant the bomb, and he's gonna bide his time, yes, but bide it for just a little bit too long, and Artic Gaming will get the easy retake and the defuse.
Yeah, unfortunately, making it easy. This is 1st to 6, and we're seeing 4 to 2, so not exactly where you want to be, but obviously, they've already won map 1, and the next one is going to be that map of control on Hotel, so maybe it's Artic Gaming's map here. They just know how to play Hotel a little bit more. I know that Hydra was a rarer map choice up until recently, so
Sure.
It could have been just a little bit different in how these guys understand the maps. But Hotel, as common as it is, if Artic Gaming has it under their thumb, they're going to be taking this game.
I mean, that is a really fair point that you bring up, Edu. That is not a map that up until recently was played a whole lot, and it definitely plays a lot differently than a lot of the other maps. But Hotel is the most played map, so if you got to pick one of the two to be good at, I would definitely pick this one. And if this is Artic Gaming's map, then they could still be facing themselves a really good series, even coming back completely in the next map as well. And so, what they gotta do first is get these next 2 rounds on the board. Vanguard Gaming are a decent amount behind now, especially if they win this one, but an opening blood coming out from Wheezy will make that a little bit less likely.
Yeah, and if you're going to be getting first blood, it better be on Geo right now, because Geo 8-2 with that streak, with that plant, looking for more, but look at that. It's going to be Wheezy here, trying to pick up the pace. Geo will be holding it down pretty well and somehow still managing to stay alive, but a beautiful nade will force Geo off the point, and now it's just a 1v3. Let's see what Geo can do here. 3 letters, 3 players, and maybe a clutch.
Is anyone I want in this position right now? It's Geo, Mr. 9-2, going for the route. He's behind 2 of the enemy players. They are not going to be easily able to be collapsed upon together. Does get 1 free kill there in the back. Gonna hop down, but does not expect the player to be in that corner. So unfortunate. And so Vanguard Gaming will weather the storm for at least another round, and that was round number 7. It's the K7 curse, as I like to call it. And Edgy, if you're not familiar, whoever tends to win round number 7 of the Search and Destroy, they tend to win the Search and Destroy. It's just a little bit of a mystical curse, a statistical anomaly that I've noticed. And I mean, Vanguard Gaming now have it.
Yeah, and if anybody's going to be able to spot out those colorful statistical anomalies, it's going to be you, Kamaka. But let's talk about more anomalies here, and that's going to be the anomaly that Geo has double the kills of anybody else on their team. I think this is a hard carry here for Artic Gaming, and if Geo gets shut down like we just saw last round, they will, of course, fall victim to that K7 curse, as you pointed out. But with that being said, let's see the first blood here. Being Geo onto Wheezy.
Yeah, I didn't want to get planted onto B. Again, so much attention being given over to A that Artic Gaming, they made the call, hey, let's go to B. I'm sure their opponents, after the success they saw on it, were like, you know what, maybe we steal that one. And Geo's like, maybe not, as he gets the first blood and completely stalls out Vanguard. They got information that they're still chilling inside the restaurant area with those shots from Zappa. So they've rotated over here, leaving 1 guy over there just in case of the rotation. And Vanguard Gaming are well and truly stuck.
Yeah, they're not in a perfect position because you can't really risk getting match pointed here so far early on by Artic. 5-3, it's pretty much just GG at that point. But in this kitchen, things are heating up as there is Scad getting Geo down, but it's the behind player Kuji with the nade, getting another,
Huge.
and hopefully getting the final player, Zappa, who just managed to gun down there. So it's a 1v2 in no time. That's going to be Artic getting that match point advantage, 5-3.
Uh-oh, it might be the K7 curse, like I just said. I might have caster cursed them as well, but I mean, hey, great calls coming out from Artic Gaming. Their B gameplay, by and far superior to their opponents so far. They get the plant, and they prevent the plant at the same time. I love the way that they did that. They left 1 guy on the inside, yeah, but they left Kuji down on the back area there. So even if they did kill the guy on the inside, absolutely no way they're going to be able to plant with him in that position. They already used all their util, and so there was no way they were going to stun him off that. They were not going to frag him off that, and so it was basically going to be really hard. They would have had to charge them both at once, and it just did not happen like that.
Yeah, not going to be going on. But, of course, this is the defense side for Vanguard Gaming, and their defense has been nearly undefeated so far. So maybe they might be able to just take this back if they can take this round, and an early pick down for both sides, actually, as Geo is going to get traded out. Ghost Nami here, still fighting it down, as there's only one remaining Kuji. But can they clutch it? That's the real question, and I'm not really sure.
I mean, Kuji did do a pretty solid clutch for them in the last round. They know generally where he's at. They don't have to go in for this, though. They've got full control over B, and they've got the rotation from Scad. This is... And he can hear him a mile away. If he does go for a rotation, except for anything through mid, they will hear it. But you can see Kuji, he's committed. He's going for B. Not the best of spots to plant in. You usually have to have someone watching over you in this position. Now they've got vision on him. Scad watching the exit. It's just a matter of time before Kuji takes a bullet to the face, and Vanguard Gaming get themselves one round closer to winning.
Yeah, but they have to win 3 in a row here. Just got 1. Can they do it 2 more times to secure this best of 3 series easily underway? That is the main question, but I'm not really sure. Do you think that they can do it? I mean, we saw what they could do on Hardpoint, but Arctic Gaming's definitely playing a different game than they did on Hydro.
Can they do it? Absolutely, dude. 100% in my mind, can they do it? I mean, there are some statistical anomalies on both sides. You got Geo, who's 12-5, only player double digits so far, and then you've got Zappa on the other team, who's kind of the anchor and not in a good way. 2-6, you're definitely going to have to see a bringing back down to earth from Geo, as well as a bolstering up from Zep, and we do see Ghost Nami going down first. Good trade out in the middle of the map, but is it going to be enough?
Let's hope so. I mean, they do want to seal this out. They want to get it to even further maps. This of course, is a best of 5. It's not going to end here quite yet. So no matter what's going to happen, we can see these guys picking up the pace, but that is going to be bomb now planted over towards A by the side of Vanguard. However, 3v3, it's hard to hold a bomb, and look at Zier. Beautiful angle. Oh,
disgusting.
Oh, it doesn't get the pick, though. And instead gets him picked. Bakuji.
Oh, a little bit.
Go ahead, 1v2. Let's see if they can do it.
Yep, and he goes, Mr. 842 KD, but Zappa in the corner, gonna be electrifying his life a little bit, and so now, Vanguard Gaming, Caster Curse, Round 7 Curse, K7 Curse is bringing them to round number 11, S&D. And man, this next round might be, we were talking about just how much Geo is carrying, but this might be the one straw that breaks the camel's back.
Yeah, I don't know if Geo's going to be pretty happy with their team. Obviously, if we jump into their comms after this, they would definitely not be happy. As, of course, they said they were getting pissed on. This time, they're getting pissed off if Geo can't clutch this up for them.
Yep. Yeah, full Mr. Miyagi here. Piss on, piss off. And so, yeah, Vanguard Gaming going for a full-blown play to A. Here you see Artic Gaming. They're keeping their options open. They don't want to get planted onto B, but this does give them a little bit of a, chance to have their opponents kill them for them. Oh, that's so not good. Not what you need for Vanguard Gaming, and that sets them back immensely. They do get the bomb planted, and Artic Gaming is not properly in a position to go for the defuse just yet, so they will have some time on their hands.
Wow, this is not very good here, but obviously, we're going to see what they can go down with a clean pick onto Geo, leveling the playing field. But another, it's Scad. But Scad is a little bit overheated and cooled off at the same time. Let's see if Garwig is going to keep that kind of momentum with Zier here. We'll be able to spot ahead of Wheezy. But with 15 seconds to go, can they do it?
Oh no, he can't. Running out of time. They got to go for this hot defuse, but he gets killed off of it. Vanguard Gaming, ladies and gentlemen, they get it done. Coming from behind, helped by the K7 Curse, but also a little bit of skill sprinkled in there as well. And they will be winning our first round 11 of the season.
Wow. They're now taking it 2-0 here. Artic Gaming, they looked like they were about to just have a nice chill match, but unfortunately, they get melted by the side of Vanguard. And honestly, I'm kind of worried for them. At this point, there's a lot on the line, and I'm not really sure if it's going to be good enough. But let's see these guys really start sealing the deal, as Vanguard Gaming only needs 1 to take this best of 5 in their belt.
Yep, they definitely were listening to Mr. Miyagi's lessons, unlike Artic Gaming. Obviously, just extending that joke a little bit, just kidding. But I mean, seriously, Vanguard Gaming, they looked so good methodically for the majority of that game. That one TK in that round number 11, a little questionable, you do have to say, but I mean, obviously, they still made it work. That full frontal assault, they got the bomb plant down quickly. They made multiple attacks for different aspects of the map, and so yeah, they kept their opponents guessing. It wasn't super obvious that they were just going to rush A, even though that is the most obvious play in the book. So credit to them for that.
Yeah, they managed to read it a little bit better. As you said, first grade reading level, as you can see it, it's a magic treehouse moment as these guys are just keeping this going for them. And I gotta also point out, I really thought Arctic Gaming had a good chance for that. But of course, there was a lot of people in the chat because, hi chat, what's going on? Rise of Arctic was trending a little bit, but it feels like that rise is about to be a fall. So a little bit concerned for that. However, let's also talk a little bit about how Vanguard was able to play that. Even in the last round, they killed their own teammate and still clutched that. Is that a flex? I think so. But what do you think, Kamaka, as we're going back onto Hotel, this time in the map of control? Will Vanguard be able to control it enough to win this game?
I mean, judging by what I've seen so far, I would say yes. They look like they've got some great team play about them. They've got great cohesion. They know exactly what they want to do, and not just knowing what they want to do, but how to execute what they want to do with the tools that they've got, meaning their players. And so, yeah, Arctic Gaming, in the inverse, I've heard some shoddy comms. They do have a couple of good shining moments of brilliance, like Geo going and getting double digits unlike any other player in the lobby. Unfortunately, they do have some things that are holding them back, like their inability to follow up, stuff like that. I think they just have to figure out more what they got and how to properly put all their working parts together to supplement what Geo's doing.
Yeah, and honestly, what they need to do is take a deep breath here, maybe a little break. So what we're going to do is give them a nice little piece of relaxation time before this best of 5 might just end. So stay around, everybody, because this is just about to heat up even more. and welcome back, everybody. Of course, we're ready to rock and roll here. I'm a little bit excited coming around. Is my lips purple? Am I tripping balls?
You are a little bit purple there, my friend.
Hey, it's fixed. Sorry, that completely distracted me. But anyways, it's game 3 of a best of 5. Kamaka, it could be GG here for Arctic, but as people pointed out, you know, you have to rise after you've fallen, and they've fallen 2 rounds short here.
Yeah, as a wise man once said, dude, I get knocked down, but I get back up again. You're never gonna keep me down. And I'm hoping that can be the case here for Artic. They didn't listen to Mr. Miyagi, but hopefully they can listen to, I don't even know how to say the name of that band, to be totally honest with you. But, yeah. Thank you guys for all sticking with us here. We're in the headquarters, presented by Gorilla, and you guys, in case you missed out on everything so far, Vanguard Gaming, they've been looking pretty good all series. That round number 11, very, very close call in that search and destroy, but I mean, they had the ice, they had the curse in their favor. And Artic Gaming, we've seen a little bit of cracks in the foundation, but aside from the cracks, their foundation does look pretty decent if you're talking about Geo.
Yeah, Geo, definitely the guy that you're going to have to worry about a little bit. So I'm a little concerned for them, and hopefully we're going to be able to see what they can do moving forward to get these shots off, but I'm purple again. Jesus. I don't know. My camera is always so good here at K7, but talking about what we can see here, I can see that we are going to be moving back onto this map of Embassy, I believe. Embassy
Could be hotel still.
Really?
Yep, hotel.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Hotel. I totally thought that we were already played game 3. Yeah, I thought we were on round 4. I'm so smart. Anyways, it's hotel. Let's get it.
Talk about counting anniversary or something.
Yeah, whatever.
But anyways, yeah, ladies
I
and
don't need
gentlemen.
to count.
Yeah, well, we are still kicking at the Hotel Holiday Inn, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody's favorite map, everybody's favorite place to party, and it could be the end of the party here for Artic Gaming, as they're looking to get their first win in their first game of the season, but so far it's not quite been going that way. Obviously, we've seen our first round number 11, so we still have some time for our first reverse sweep of this season. Artic Gaming, they may have had some issues in the earlier games, but these are all fixable things, and it's never too late to start doing the right thing, Edu.
Yeah, it's never too late. Well, I think 2 rounds in is a bit too late. Hopefully 3 rounds in, we can see what they can do. But Garwig already, right off the bat, seeing black and white, is stunned, naded, and kicked all the way back, somehow managing to stay alive. Ghost Nami not being able to secure this, but it's control. This is where you're going to be seeing them cap that point. And a nade from Geo is the hotel guy. He's going to be checking these players out, the player to really seal the deal. But look at Scad on the point, being able to get that high ground advantage for him.
Yep, looking pretty dang good for Vanguard Gaming, as they are going to be getting some really nice early control over B. This is exactly what you don't want to be having for Artic Gaming. I saw that they sent 3 people over to A and only 1 person over to B. That is, in my opinion, a very, very huge mistake that you cannot be allowing, because obviously your opponents, if you leave that open, an experienced team like this, they're going to be punishing you for it. And so they already get a tick over onto B, which is a great start over there. A is pretty much free and clear, and it appears that Artic Gaming is going to be looking to contest them for it, and if this goes badly for them, Vanguard Gaming could just as easily get into their spawn as they cap A.
Yeah, and if they do cap these points, it's not going to be looking too hot early on here. Obviously, this is control. This is where you're going to be seeing these guys really just seal the deal with first to 3 in this best of 5, sorry, first to 3. But Zir, this time in the same position we saw Scad a little earlier on, looking for some picks, is actually Garwig to get the trades. Geo still doing what Geo does, 3 to 3 on that streak, doing the objective quite well. But if anybody's going to shut him down, it has to be Ghost here.
Yep, Ghost can be right up behind him, does a little bit of damage to 1, but Geo still alive and kicking for the moment, does get taken down by Scad, and just like that, you've cleared out your top bedroom, except for Zer, who wants them to be thinking that. Garwig can be trying to make sure that they don't at least extend out of there, while Zer goes for this amazing flank guide showing up in the lobby, though, and they're trying to get him on out of there. Great mop-up shot for Artic Gaming as they clear the board, except for Ghost Nami, but either way, that's a great little bit of time they just bought for themselves.
Yeah, good round here for them. Maybe the best if we can see them try their best. I mean, what I am looking forward to is how these guys are going to be able to play the objective, because at the end of the day, that is what wins the round. This is on defense for Artic, and so far they've lost a lot of points here.
Yeah, lost a lot of lives in a very short amount of time here as well. 3 down and Vanguard Gaming, 4 people on. This is going to be impossible with where you're respawning in order to get this back. So Vanguard Gaming showing that they know exactly what they're doing in this map and taking an attacking side first try.
Yeah, taking that back there. Vanguard now 1 round closer to taking this game and the series for themselves. Hopefully we don't see another 3-0 here at K7. Early on in this group stage, we've seen real competitive gaming as no one has taken a round against their opponents quite yet. So hopefully that is going to switch it up quite early on in this group stage. But I'm also just looking forward to seeing what Kuji can do, considering the guy's 0-4 right now.
Yeah, you would hope that something happens, at least before the end of the game. Obviously, that's not a stat line you can be keeping if you want to be winning this one. But you see, Artic Gaming, they're going to try and go for a guaranteed play to A. Notice the difference. Vanguard Gaming send 1 guy to A and 3 to B, and they don't lose a single tick onto B. Artic Gaming, they're getting control over A. Notice the difference in performance. They literally did the exact opposite of each other. And Artic Gaming, I mean, they are going to be getting A rather quickly compared to their opponents, but after that, where do they really go?
Hopefully they go in the right direction, but look at that. It's going to be Artic Gaming securing point A very early on into the round. But with that being said, Vanguard should be able to just whittle down the HP, because remember, you have to cap both points here, and Geo is trying to make it best for them, but I like that they're taking a deep breath, thinking before they jump into that huge trap that we see set, but no, jumps right in, and wait. Did one go up the ladder while the other went around?
Yes, and that benefits Geo at the end of the day, I guess. But yeah, gonna be finding another one there as well, trying desperately to regain their bedroom control. But yeah, not gonna be able to quite do that. At least have control of the objective for now. Geo on the force spree now, hopping down behind the desk as Kuji gets another kill with a grenade, trying to fly on in, but his luck runs out there. Kuji though, his luck is starting to mount as he gets 2 kills when he came into this round with 0. And he might be able to find another one to Zeppa, but instead Vanguard do mop up shop and wipe the slate clean, except for Zir, who's on a pretty nice flank right now.
Wow, this is looking pretty clean here for Artic Gaming on this side, but can they keep that going? Honestly, that slight spree started by Geo just not getting timing there. Beautiful start to a round, and hopefully that can keep it going. But I'm looking forward to what Vanguard Gaming could do as they are on that defense. They have to prevent these guys from capping it, but look at Scad. Has to be the guy to do it, but no, can't. Gun down. Zappa can't touch the point, and I think this is going to be the first round that we actually see in the hands of Artic Gaming.
No, they don't realize what's going on, unfortunately. They get the map flipped on them, and they are going to be getting knocked off the objective. They're going to be unable to do what Vanguard Gaming did, which is 4-man the objective. They're capping it a lot slowly. They've got a guy in the back line as well, so even though Artic Gaming do still have some people alive, they can't afford to go on in and afford that Nami takes down another one of those players, and they lose completely everything that they already have. So Artic Gaming are going to take a little bit of an advantage of the fact that they have so much time left, so many lives left, and they're going to try and get some better positioning before they go for the reshell. That's exactly what they've done.
And with that being said, let's see what they can do now. Wheezy holding the point, grabbing it. Now lives 12-12, but only 45 seconds remaining, so this is going to be who can cap the point first. Can Artic prevent this from ever getting taken? Who knows? Obviously, Vanguard Gaming, they have the time on their side, and this hold on B, it's just 2 ticks that they need, but Garwing hopefully opening it up a little bit while Geo's doing the same on the other side of the map. They have 1 tick to go, really, but 30 seconds if they cannot hold this down.
Oh, Garwig looking away at literally the worst time possible, and with that goes away their hopes of getting an easy cap onto B. Vanguard Gaming now back on the angles to overwatch it. Zir, the only one in a position that can help them for a break, but Wheezy's watching it. He knows exactly what needs to happen in order for them to lose this, and he's not going to be looking to let it happen. Flying on in by the seat of his pants, flying right on into shots to the face. Unfortunate for him, they're going to go straight on in, though, and somehow making it work. Kuji with some huge kills, but Wheezy in the middle of the map might be able to get it done. Geo just trying to dogpile on the objective, trying to make sure that they don't extend through their spawn, but mid-map push is coming. This should be something that's able to be covered, especially with that stun. They're going to hop on, last-ditch effort, but their teammate is going to get killed off, and with that stops the potential for them to stop Artic Gaming from getting that round.
Wow, that was just a final second of a second. They were in overtime temporarily, but it's Garwig's positioning there that single-handedly finished off that round. So great play style from Garwig. Very consistent in that round, but now we're 1-1. This is not going to be a 3-0 sweep. We're going to see a little bit of a challenge here for these guys to pick up the paces. But with that being said, well, look at that KD coming around here for the side of Artic. Kuji was 0, now has 5 kills. So maybe they are turning their monitors on and starting to hit the shots that they need to.
Yo, I got something nice to say about Kuji though, dude. Straight up, he might not have the most amazing amount of kills, but those 2 kills he got at the end literally won him the game. It's not about quantity, sometimes it's about quality. And if he did not get those 2 kills there, even if he didn't get one of those 2 out of 5 kills there, they would not have won that round, straight up.
Yeah, he would definitely not have worked it out, but Wheezy picking up the pace, looking for another, and no, it's going to be just a light gush of the head as they get popped like a watermelon, but A-Site's still going to get capped there. That kitchen is under control. There's no real option flank, but look at this Zier going right through it, wanting to find the pick. Might be able to. Garwig swinging out. Gio's going to help out a bit, and these guys are having a rough time trying to cap this, but in between the couches, they're the ones that are going to get sat down.
Wow. That was a nice little cleanup there from Ghost Nami, but I mean, at the end of the day, notice the difference again from Artic Gaming. Instead of all trying to hold on to A, they all try to go on for B, and then they collapse on A. And so, basically the same result that Vanguard Gaming was in, but they are now in a manpower majority. They made it at least hurt for them to take that objective. They cost them 10 lives. And so, Artic Gaming, a lot better than their last defense already.
And there it is, though. Wheezy here for it. Look at that double down. Clean with it. That's what we need to be seeing from Wheezy. The consistency. Playing for that objective and making sure no one's going to lock him down. But Zier here for it. Unfortunately, Gio's going to get gunned. So is Garwig. Wheezy's on a 4 streak. And can they make it 5? A beautiful nade to try to buy time. But this is just one person holding at the checkout counter. But what are they going to be able to actually get?
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is, 1, that team nade, and 2, the fact that Wheezy's teammates are getting held in their spawn as well, so they're not able to supplement him for this attack. Artic Gaming can keep this up for as long as they want, as long as they have these people alive. Wheezy will not be able to make any meaningful impact from this position. Might be able to get a couple of kills here and there, but they know he's there, so they're not going to be looking to give up that much of a life advantage. They can keep on doing these trades as long as they want, because either lives will run out in their favor, or time will run out in their favor.
Yeah, and here we go, though. Look at what we could see. Garwig hopefully trying to find something, but Wheezy still just sitting in the same spot, now on a 6 streak. You try to walk in onto this hotel, and this guy's going to check you out. Now, let's see what Wheezy can do. 24-13. Does have a streak available just in case. Spots out Zier and just gathers a free kill. This gilded gun is racking up golden shots. Let's see what they can keep doing here, though. I don't think they're going to get stopped. Yeah, they finally leave the counter.
Yep, repositioning to a little bit of a better spot to go for the take because time is running out, but Zier is wise to it. There you go, buddy. And so, just like that, Artic Gaming are going to keep them nice and at bay. No one's even going to really be able to touch with the amount of time remaining, but don't want to be put to the test on that. Zier going to be wanting to stay alive as much as possible. They do put me to the test on that, and they are going to be able to just turn around to easily kill him off the objective. Great setup to end that off for Artic Gaming, and yeah, now they find themselves in the lead with the ability to shut things down in this map and start the comeback spree.
Yeah, and hopefully they can keep that going, but look at this. It's just going to be one real clutch or kick here with this game getting even closer to being finalized. But I have to point out the fact that Artic Gaming, I think they are very comfortable on the map of Hotel. Vanguard seems to be struggling a bit.
Yeah, Vanguard, I wouldn't say necessarily that they're struggling super hard as much as Artic is doing really well on that final defense. Wheezy, he was in a great position to do some damage, but Artic, they knew exactly what to do in response to that. They kept their opponents nice and separated, they spawned him away, and Wheezy was never going to get any help in that situation. So it didn't matter that he was on the flank, but it matters now as he gets 2 kills right off the rip, delaying the play to A. Maybe able to get an ace here as he fries Gio now as well. 4 in a row. Got streaks, but even if he didn't, he's already looking to get there again, looking for another, but stunned off of it. The delaying tactics are finally going to be put to an end.
Wow. Just keeping these guys on their toes at bay, and now we're seeing Kuji actually pick up the pace. Dude is not doing too hot and finally has been pretty consistent at keeping that KD higher, but this is the sweep of the B site. Hopefully, or A site, sorry, pushing them all the way off. Zappa looking for the damage, but cannot seem to finalize a pick. Maybe might be able to get Zier on the cross, but it's going to be tough. We got a big side sweep coming around here. Scad will be around, but it's actually going to be Zappa to get gunned down on the other side towards A. And there has to be a rotate here, or A-site will get capped yet again by AG.
Yeah, I don't think that they really care that A-site's going to be capped. This is exactly what Vanguard Gaming did the last time, and it's what most good teams do in this situation, is you let A be capped. If you don't see an easy way back in, then yeah, you just let it go, hold full strength onto B, because as long as your opponents don't win it right here, right now, then you're going into the next round in the attack, and you've already proven that you can win an attack. So yeah, well played macro-wise from Vanguard Gaming.
Very well played, but look at this here. Now just gathering up with their team. They have to try to group up here and just go body count versus sight count. Let's see what they can do as they are working together, nearly shooting their teammates, though. You can see them.
I'm very confused. I'm very confused at what is going on here. I think they are as well. They're running around on a lot of the same angles, so their map control is, as a result of this, very not good. They're literally all holding the exact same angle, all running up and down the ladder. And so this is allowing people like Ghost Nami to just completely, fully flank them. And I just think it was a little bit of a miscommunication. If they all ran out there, Zappa would have gotten a 3-piece. And so Artic Gaming, this is what we were talking about with the comms. You can't be letting stuff like this happen. And Vanguard Gaming are definitely being gifted a little bit of a window back in because of their indecision.
Wow. These guys... I think Artic Gaming, they felt what it's like to hold something just so they could know what it felt like to throw it. I don't know why they were so consistent in this, but I gotta hand it to them. They have managed to take this round that they had a very good start on. Look at that KD, the kill live remaining, 23-8. You're just feeding them at this point. This is padding their KD for the stats page. What is going on right now?
Yeah, and as a result of these kills as well, I do believe that Artic Gaming did not manage to get a tick, and they're technically tied on ticks, so they're going to be losing on KD now, if my math is correct. So Vanguard Gaming should be getting this final defense as a result of that. Artic Gaming really had a great opportunity there, but again, that moment of indecision, those clouded comms, they are going to be costing them complete map control. They got flanked, surrounded, pounded, forced out of their spawns, and now they are fighting for their lives once again.
Yeah, they're fighting for these lives here, and hopefully they're going to be able to do the damage that is possible. But I have to point out, 2-2, you know, you could phrase it as fighting for their lives. I don't think Vanguard's fighting for their lives very much. They are consistently happy with their position because this is going to be the last round of Hotel. And if Artic Gaming is what I think as a one-trick wonder on the map of Hotel, Vanguard's just going to take this game and the series.
You know, speaking of Vanguard, let's take a little bit of a listen in with Vanguard so we can hear what their comms are sounding like right now.
Oh, let's...
Yeah, you stay B, bro. I'm going A.
I'm already here. Connector, you save rugs. TV, another one rugs. I'm naded, I can't help you.
Oh, he's laying down on the first booth.
Freezer.
Oh, he just sound hoarded me, bro. Nice, another one there, Wheezy. Wheezy, nasty!
Wheezy.
What the fuck?
God. Oh my Tid? Let's fucking go, man.
I'm just sitting with the luggage. Get in the bottom bed.
Back kitchen.
He's top. I have bottom.
I think
Turn around, double. Dead. Good comms, bro. Let's go.
I'm going top bed here.
Freezer dead. TV. They're in kitchen.
Hot tub, might hit middle.
Freezer. TV. Oh my god.
In the words of Vanguard Gaming, good comms, bro. Seriously. Again, notice the difference, my friend. 43 kills, 12 kills in a row, and they are looking to shut this one down. 24 seconds left, and it's a countdown to the end for Artic Gaming, it seems like.
Yeah, Wheezy right now, as we have been told, is nearly almost ready to take the all-time kill record. So close away from it, and that is insanity. But I want to talk about those comms. It was night and day difference. It was the difference between one team saying they're getting pissed on and another team kissing on their teammates. It is beautiful how these guys are able to keep it going. But Wheezy in that spot wants to keep this going. So close to taking it, but no, gets gunned down. But it doesn't matter because they're so close. They'll just be able to respawn. They got 24 lives versus 15. Honestly, the only thing stopping them from easily dipping the kill record is the amount of lives running out.
Oh, Geo! But in comes Wheezy to try and ran the parade once again. Geo can't get it done. Wheezy nasty. And there he goes again. He's still got to get a Joe free card in the form of a cruise missile in case he need to do it again. He needs 4 more kills in to get our league record. And with that, he has some time to get it.
He's got 4 kills to go. Of course, 30 seconds though. Needs to start working fast. Has to just get an ace near the end. The last 30 seconds here. Zier going in, trying to get those picks, but time is on the clock. Wheezy not going to pad the KD. Instead, going down, and unfortunately, that could be the end to the kill record, but no, it is still possible as they are touching B to buy some time, but Wheezy sending in the kill streak might be able to secure even more. Unfortunately, will not connect any damage down, but B, 13 seconds. They have to group up for him if he wants to take this. It's all or nothing, Wheezy. Get that record. It looked great on your resume. And he cooked 1. But no, 4 seconds. 48. Come on. Oh. This season looking extra season today as the Salt and Pepper raining down 48 kills. New record for the kills here at season 6. But again, Wheezy, 48 to 20. This is supposed to be a competitive game mode, correct?
Yes it is. And you heard it from the mouths of Vanguard Gaming themselves. Wheezy nasty. That's got to be like part of our post-game tweet or something like that, straight up, dude. Because like he was nasty. Almost 50 bomb. That is something that we have not seen yet this season, and he has tied our most amount of kills gained on the map. That's definitely a good trend to be setting as you come out of your first game of the season with a dub.
Wow. With a dub, and I dubbed that guy the best of the best here so far that I've seen. Obviously taking the kill record, but just proving that Artic Gaming, they are not going to be good enough early on against the side of VG. But I also have to point out one thing that I'm really looking forward to is how these guys are going to be able to really just seal the deal, connect these shots, and maybe even just end this game for them. But let me ask you, Kamaka, do we think we're going to ever see something like that? Or are we ever going to top the all-time kill record here at K7? Because Wheezy was so close. Do you think that later on they could do it again? Because the reason why I think it's going to be so difficult is because you're going to have to try to do that kind of gameplay against better and better teams the further and further along this group stage and playoffs go.
Very true. And also the amount of time it would take in order for you to do that. If you're wanting to win, just like outright win, then the games are not going to be lasting long enough for you to get 50 kills. So I think this is about where it's going to be staying at about well done there from Wheezy, as, I mean, yeah, I don't think anyone's going to be touching that. At the very least, Artic Gaming not going to be able to touch Vanguard in this one. 3-0 is how it's going to be ending, ladies and gentlemen. Close, but no cigar on 2 of these rounds. And so, yeah, Artic Gaming, unfortunately, not going to get a single thing out of this one, except for maybe a little bit of experience.
Yeah, a little bit of experience goes a long way, but unfortunately, that is all that we have for today, as that game is going to be wrapped up pretty early on. Another 0-3 sweep coming around here for these guys to be able to seal the deal. But let's look at the final act of standings, as we are going to get those updated soon. But let's take a look at our standings brought to us by, I believe, Get Good Tech. So with that in mind, as we get things underway, let's talk a little bit about what we are seeing from these guys. Obviously, 3-0 sweeps across the board. No one's really been able to take a single round against a team that's won it. I thought Voven played beautifully with that game against Orlando Outlaws, but here in Division C, we're seeing something completely different. Vanguard might just be the new player to be watching out for on this block.
We've definitely got our front runners for the division: Kingsman, GG, and Vanguard Gaming. That's going to be one to watch out. A battle of the Titans, a clash of the Titans, if you will, in order to steal a movie's name. But yeah, we're definitely starting to see which teams are going to be looking like they're in good spot for the playoff performance. We're already starting to see some teams that could be champions in the making. Like you said, Vovan, Neoteric, they've been looking pretty good so far, and they're like one of the most star-studded teams in the league right now. Some of the most recognizable names, in my personal opinion. Final Form of Nola Flight starting off good as well. And what I'm most curious about here is this Division Alpha, not a single game played so far. So we don't know what to expect there yet.
Yeah, not a single game. It is going to be coming up shortly. I believe that match is scheduled quite soon. And missed 1-3-2. Oh, what up? That is actually a brand new, not a 3-0. So we could celebrate that this might be a competitive season. And of course, Heroics is going to be playing Sunday on the 7th as well. It's going to be Heroics GG versus NACAL XNY. If you guys want any more information, you can always check out our bracket brought to you by Grilla, or you can check out more information on the Liquipedia page where they do have upcoming matches scheduled. But with that being said, I think that's all we have for today. So let's take a peek back at the headquarters here. And I got to ask you, Kamaka, how you feel casting again here at K7 with us?
Well, it was great. I mean, obviously, we got to see some great gameplay. We got to see some learning experiences, what to do, what not to do, what to expect for the rest of the season. And we've got some storylines. My personal favorite thing are already being made right here. Will Wheezy be able to keep up his amazing hot hand up against the rest of the teams in the group? I'd be leaning towards yes, but that still remains to be seen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be seeing any more of the awesome stuff that's coming over here at K7, make sure you follow on your way out on all social medias as well as us on Twitch. And yeah, speaking of following people, make sure you guys follow me. Follow me at Comica_18 on Twitter, and Educationator here as well. Where can they find you, dude?
Well, if you type in this name into Google, you can find a bunch of my stuff, or you can just find me. I'm always in the Twitch chat lurking. It's Education. That's going to be education, but with a U, because you should follow me. Anyways, with that being said, make sure to check out all of our sponsors, of course. Hot Game is going to be coming out, but let's thank our final sponsor that we didn't get to mention a lot, Kindred Sauces. They are a beautiful, delicious sauce company. So if you want to be, you know, snacking on something while you watch K7 games, do it with the best kind of condiment. So check them out at Kindred Sauces with a 3. And of course, and also K7 as well. So I want you guys to know it's been great having you guys in the chat. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.
Let's get it.
I've got to be careful because then he's trying to get that kill. Never mind it.
Making it so that if they try to go for aspect here at the end, quick transfer, expect them to the iconic legends.
Wasn't expecting anything less coming in from him. And we also got to look at Iconic here, man. This guy's already on a 4 spree looking to get that
Mentality to try and hold on and take this round if you can.
From the side, a natural talent, Hype Esports. They're just gonna rush on in. Ryan is shooting at every single.
So far, not the case. Night Marchers, they have controlled it themselves. Looking to find the way forward, finds the first and the second. Not quite the third just yet. The time still sticking in the favor of the Night Marchers. As